Seahawks Niners. Here we go. We got Rodeo as well. I'm here to talk about all of it. Hope you guys are having a great day. If you're watching on YouTube, we are resuming right now. As you can see, thanks for staying parked at my channel. If you did, and a few of you straggling in. Switch the format now. It's a vertical for the YouTube viewers. And we got the landscape feed over on Twitch. Same name on all platforms. It's Danielle Freak. Hope you guys are doing great today. And appreciate you all watching. Let me hit lock preview so I don't mess anything up. Here at the moment, Maximo, how are you? How's your Sunday treating you? Noah Mandel's in the house. How are you, Noah? All right, so Sam Darnold misfires. Seahawks gonna have to send out the punt unit. It's intended for JSN. Looked like he had a bit of space there too. All right, so we got Brown and Yates on the team roping event at the moment. Let's see. Going to be sick. Got drafted in NBA Pro NHL. Which team drafted you? I hope not the Sharks. Nobody wants to play for the Sharks. Well, unless you're getting paid really well. Might be okay. My audio's coming in a little loud from the rodeo event, so I'm going to turn it down here locally. Montreal. Oh, that is sick, right? If you're a Toronto fan. Sorry, man. I'm going to double check that my YouTube feed is live. In case I go silent for a minute. All right, yeah, it looks like we're live on YouTube, right? So, hope you guys will watch there and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Looked like we were there. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay. Yeah, YouTube's there. No, not really. I mean, it's 7-7, Dom. Really don't like doing the live reaction, but today work called and here we are. So, yeah, happy to talk about the game because I am going to be watching it. I don't know. I wouldn't have fired Pete Carroll and all that stuff in the first place, so part of me is like, I told you guys, McDonald wasn't a complete coach. The other part of me is like hoping that he works out because I don't want to see him play bad for, for however long they might play bad under him. The crux of it is Jody Allen's a bad owner, and I think we're just going to be kind of lost as a franchise till Jody sells. Yes, Colts kicked butt, dude. Danny Dimes was throwing dimes, and Miami got stuffed today. If you guys haven't joined Underdog, you can spin 5 if when you join, and you get 50 in Underdog credits. So would love to see you guys join up. I am in the home stretch of my deal with them, and I love to re-up with them. So if you can, please join Underdog. Like I said, $5 will get you 50 in credits right now. Darnold does not look like he throws that tight, hard spiral like Gino does, dude. Not at all. I've seen a lot of wounded ducks and indecision from him so far. But it's day one, and all that stuff. The problem is we keep changing coordinators every single year. Went from Waldron to Grubb, and now we're on to Kubiak. Yeah, he looks the way he did at the end of last season when the lights got a little too bright for him. And I was wondering if we were getting enough playing time, to be honest with you, during the preseason. Didn't really love the play with Jalen Monroe either. Maybe it was a single read option, but that first drive, he looks over at Walker and then he takes off and just runs into the middle of the line. It's like, yeah, they didn't fool anybody, Not really sure what that was supposed to be. Hopefully they got some other plays that are better than that for him later on in the day and throughout the season. Defense looks okay, It seems like they're trying to lean into the run game, which I think is good. Try to wear down the opposing lines, and hopefully that benefits us in the second half, but we'll see. I may be a little bit before or behind you guys, so let's try to avoid spoilers in chat. If you're a Seahawk Niner enjoyer, just to give you my timestamp, I'm on 2nd and 4 at 2:50 in the second quarter, but I'm watching through a satellite connection, so I think that usually lags behind over the air too. You're behind too. Okay, yeah. So I'll try not to spoil anything and vice versa. But whenever it goes to commercial or we're 30 seconds a minute behind whatever's happening, then we can get into it. We got Graham and Graham on the roping team coming up here. Team roping unofficial leaders. But yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on the game. Also been busy with work today on the production side of CSN. Appreciate Creator Sports Network. Where's my logo for them? Oh, it's behind me. All right, let me hide my camera. Hey, I appreciate those guys for having me in. Parsons blew up. Sewell, first play of the game. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Parsons got to be fired up, right? Got his wish. Got out of Big D. Got a Pokemon spawn in the chat. You know what? Since I restarted my YouTube, I wonder if it gave me a different. It may have given me a different feed. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Bo? Yonel, Anis? How's it going? Salute. Good to have you there. Bienvenidos. Estoy aquí. All right, let me get that chat and pop it in. I did not have the YouTube chat where I could see it, guys. Seems like we're doing better with it being a vertical stream than we did earlier on the non-vertical for YouTube. So let me update that. Let me get you guys a YouTube poll going. Let's see everyone's. What are you watching today? Watching baseball, football, rodeo? Maybe a bit of everything. He is annoying.
Here we go, 6.4. Only one word to this song.
All right, so we are live everywhere except for TikTok this morning. All right, let me bring in the YouTube chat where the Twitch viewers can see you guys. Some cross chat going. But yeah, good to see you guys there on YouTube. Sorry I didn't respond to you right away there, but yeah, we got the rodeo from Puyallup, right? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Puyallup, Washington. New music, what's up, man? What is the new music that you're listening to of late? New Music Inferno. There is a sea of red at this game, Dom. That's annoying that the season ticket holders are selling their season tickets game one to the 49er fans. I mean, it looks like a Niners home game. At least when they scored that first touchdown, they panned to the crowd, and it's like, what in the world? I feel like I'm watching a game from Santa Clara. And we don't travel that way down to my area down here in California, so that's unfortunate. We got Summers in Corkhill. Man, that was fast. 6.4, and then we had Smith and Northcott also at 6.4. So they're going to be 1A and 1B there on the go-around leaders. Yeah, crazy. The home field used to be such a rockin' stadium. The reputation of hating to go and play up in Seattle and all that is really very much gone. I'm gonna move the chat overlay thing over here. That way I'm not covering my face too much. It might be a good idea to cover my face, but all right, chat should be more aligned up on the screen to the right hand side now. But yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. We got you covered with the rodeo action. Live rodeo. We have I think 3 or 4 more rodeos on the slate for this month. And in addition to that, we're going to have some more events. Hopefully some more Mountain West football. I love doing the football games. And also would love to see some wrestling maybe here in the future. If you're interested in streaming live sports, let me know. I'll get you set up with the Creator Sports Network. I thought I got pinged. It was just my Discord letting you guys know I'm live on Twitch. If you haven't joined the Discord, !Discord in either chat, we'll bring it up. You keep being awesome. New music, dude. I hope the wrestling and stuff blows up for you when you get to stream it. I know you're going to be a great fit for that. I told them right away, man. As soon as they had it on the schedule, I'm like, GRs are going to want to stream wrestling, yes. And I've heard from Open Mike, and I think Mike Plays Games is interested. We'll see if we get some of the other buddies in. Yep, I just saw it. Yeah, so I think I'm a little bit ahead of you, Dom. Yeah, I just saw him flipping off to the sidelines. Can't say I really like Williams, but I'm not a guy that roots for injury. But, he can take the rest of the day off, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm seeing a Sam Darnold graphic before the ensuing drive starts. So I'm probably a little bit before you. I'll try not to ruin too much for you if I get excited. Let's see. Marty Yates, Stephenville, Texas. I don't think there's an announcement yet, but it's coming, and yes, you're coming with us for sure. Not sure what date that is at. 26th, I think, is when the date is. I know I've made a social post. I don't know if it's a daytime thing or a nighttime thing. I just hope it lines up for your streaming enjoyment. Hey, I saw the touchdown, dude. Mike, I was thinking about you. I was like, Mike's going to be hyped. I wonder if he's going to be home today. Oh, Mike, you've been saving that one for me. All right, so I got Seahawks and Niners up over here, so I'm kind of stressed. Um, what a day for the rodeo to line up with the Seahawk game. They missed the onside just as you guys drew it up, says Mike. He is kind of the master of the onside. I don't know when they switched back the onside rule though. I feel like I'm so out of loop that it was in Madden the other day. All right, shout out tight spot and Mike plays games. Obviously, it wasn't on this morning or late night because we had rodeo coming, so it was preparing for today. Hey. Oh, I knew he had the one. I don't think I saw the second one. I haven't looked at a lot of highlights. That is an impressive debut. Corey Solomon from Prairie View, Texas. Hey, we were right though. Did Marvin Harrison had at least a touchdown, right? And I'm guessing Evans didn't have a huge game if Ibuka popped off. Because I remember somebody was asking if they should start Evans or if they should start um, Marvin Harrison Jr. Worth the fifth. I played the fifth. Let's see, it would be weird if we had it in the game. Put up 7. Well, I am watching it, Asher. I'm not going to stream it though. Don't tell me what to do with my stream. We're very proud to bring rodeo to you, and if you want to watch rodeo, hang out. If you want to talk about other sports, we're happy to do it. No spoilers in chat though. But yeah, have some manners, Asher. I'm not gonna have Roger Goodell breaking through my windows over here and sniping me in real life or something. Marvin put up 17. Yeah, so Marvin was the move for game one. He's looked okay, but the initial drive was really good for them. Seattle's defense looks solid. The offense looks kind of what I was afraid of so far. Pressure up the middle. Darnold looks a little shaky. Not great running lanes, that type of thing. Dolphins were sneaky. Hey, Daniel Jones may just rejuvenate his career. We'll see if the Dolphins are bad or the Colts are good or both. I'm waiting for Solo Phil to pop in. He's got to be happy about the Colts. Wags doesn't really pop by so much now, but Wags got to be happy too. Should have started Pittman today for MPG. Yeah, I hope everybody wins their fantasy games. Did I hear about the Mariners? I hope that they miss the playoffs and I don't have to hear about them anymore till next year. But no, I didn't hear anything about them. Break me down, Asher. You know I'm a Seahawks and A's fan, so Mariner stuff isn't really in my wheelhouse as much. If you guys are watching on YouTube, hey, thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. I know we had a little bit of an initial surge there on the red when the stream started. I missed chat for a minute because I had chat set earlier because I was landscape earlier and I was trying to handle a few things and then went the other way. Yeah, A's have been scoring some runs, Mike. Not to rub anything in, but it's a lost season for both of our clubs. 18 to 2 W says new music. Yeah, everybody please hit those thumbs up. 18-3 against the Braves. Hey, that's great. Yeah, so new music, he beat you to the punch in the other chat. Yeah, switch over to the A's game for a minute. No, I haven't seen him get a touch yet, Mike. Not really sure if he's been on the field. Been kind of semi distracted with work. And speaking of that, I see a ping. Let me see if you need me. Asher, no self-promoting. First you told me to watch the Seahawks game, now you're telling me to follow your channel. Asher, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put you in the gulag for 10 minutes. Come back with a better attitude. Love to have everybody chat and interact, but if you're just gonna be taking the fun out of it for everyone else and saying do this, do that, and promoting yourself, Asher, no, act better. So, all right, Asher's in the penalty box. It's a double major on Asher. Winfield kind of saved the game, says Mike. Yeah, I wanted to get up and watch the games. I got a little bit of a nap through, and then I watched the end of the Raiders and the Patriots. But I was in here preparing for work. Lions are looking rough. Had a really nice hit on the last drive of that game. Would have been a touchdown. Did Atlanta look more confident than you expected, Mike? Or did you think it was going to be a close game with it being divisional game? The Seahawks game looks like it's a Niners game as far as the fans are concerned. Very disappointed for the Seahawks crowd to not turn out. You guys look worse than you expected. Atlanta looked about what you were expecting from Atlanta. Yeah, it's always disappointing. My expectations weren't super high for Seattle coming in. Of course, I'd love them to win just for the bragging rights against San Francisco, but at this moment, it's a level score on my screen and could go either way. Kind of talk about it too much. I know I'm ahead of Dom and hate when I get spoilers. Don't want to do that to you guys. But we'll see. We'll see if analytics genius McDonald has good second half adjustments because that was a bit of a strong suit for him last year. We're on to the calf roping, and that's a fast time for Riley Webb from Denton, Texas. See, they had one of the worst decisions by a ref crew that Mike's ever seen. New music saying Falcons look good. He was watching that game, or at least some of it. Said his prayer, and he got out fast. Stepped out of bounds. Falcons didn't know that. They called him inbounds. Rush called a spike. Ref crew went back before the spike to change the play. Can't do that. Yeah, you can't let the next play go and then change it. Yeah, I mean, I guess ultimately they're going to do whatever they want, right, Mike? But yeah, that's not how it's supposed to work. You got Tom Kraus jumping off and getting this little calf roped up, and he's going to come in at 9. I thought that timer ran a little long on him. Not the first time Falcons been bailed out by the refs, says Mike. Hey, what's up, Henny? How are you, man? What's got you feeling moist out that way, bud? Oh, dang it. It's Henny. Happy Sunday. Yeah, happy Sunday to you too. Good to have you in stream. We got rodeo action today, where I would just be watching the Seahawks cussing them out without you guys listening, but now I'm doing it with more polite language. Baker missed some throws, 100% result, not playing any good life snaps during the preseason. Beers at 11 with Shawno. How have you guys kept count? How many beers are on the board at the moment? Yeah, dude, they're not inspiring the confidence that all the other Seahawk fans were telling me we should have coming into the season. Not everybody, but a lot of Seahawk fans I think were too hyped up. I feel bad for the Patriot buddies. I was on the other side of the rooting with Pete and Gino on the Raiders, but it's game one, new coach, all that type of stuff, and it was pouring down rain there to start the game. I don't know if the storm stayed on throughout. I saw the very end of it. He said some unkind things about the referee crew for Mike. The Cavs are so innocent, says New Music Inferno. What's the rodeo clown doing? Uh oh, this guy doesn't look like he wanted to be brought up. Maybe he's a plant. We'll see. Drake May looks all that's big. Got a Pokemon spawning in the purple chat. Yeah, hopefully Zabel's looked okay. But the pressure I've noticed is exactly what I said when we picked Milrow. We got to address center and right guard. That's where I'm feeling like most of the issues have came from, in Darnold's face and also in the run game's face. Although I could be wrong, you know. I know some of you guys get very serious and you watch the all 22 and that type of thing after the games are done. Fans really into the scouting of it. Usual center, Barton had to move to left tackle, left guard moved to center, and then Jordan had to start the game to left guard. Dude, that sounds like a wild musical chairs. Better luck, Pendleton. All right, this lady's getting hooked up with a gift bag, the swag bag. I think I'd be a good rodeo clown. I don't know, as long as the bull doesn't get me with the horns. See, worst being back is going to make your team so much better. What did the same thing for the Sun? You guys ready for Cowboy Donnie? I think I am.
How many ladies are ready to cheer your sisters on to the
Yeehaw.
finish
All
line?
right, here we go. Hopefully I didn't leave the stream over in Madden where you guys could get free drops, right? I don't think I did. Like seriously, I don't want to abuse it too much. Yesterday we played solos over there, but we were playing Madden while we watched college football.
Top four move on. She won yesterday with a 13.71. That's only 2 clicks, 2/10 off of our arena record. She loves this arena.
We have the barrel racing. Don't knock over the barrels.
Ladies, get ready.
Got the updated analytics. How'd you do? How'd you do on watch hours, dude? I hope you got yourself where you'll get monetized soon. 56 subs for Mike yesterday. We're writing a cowboy album. Yeah, no crossover. Um, whatever they call it, the hip hop country mix up. Yeah, we're gonna do everything. 216 hours since it's been published as a VOD. You probably got a lot of hours during the live too, because you were surging, Mike. You told me right off rip too. You're like, man, it's popping off. I don't know if you use that term, but I knew it was going crazy. Yeah, it was going nuts. I kept looking at my deal. I'm like, why aren't you blowing up for me, YouTube? But since it goes that way. Yeah, I tried jumping on really early here. I was only on YouTube while I was doing the production side in landscape, but it just didn't catch that same way. And of course, college football is a little different than rodeo, and I think some of your own community can help if they stop the scroll and also keywords, tags, whatever it is that works out. I've had a few of them really explode like that. The best one I've ever had on YouTube was that Benfica game that we had. That one I got over 2,000 on the high for concurrent viewers. A lot of subs that day too. It's 1,200 watch hours total. You need 3,000, right? I believe it is to get the first round of monetization. And I'm sure you already had some watch hours. But I think it's 3,000 and then 4,000 for like everything to get unlocked on YouTube. I remember just grinding for those hours a few months back because that's the one platform I've probably taken the longest to really get any traction on. I'm in some programs with them too, but since my in-laws have been gone, I haven't got to follow up with all their stuff. Let's go, Michelle, says New Music Inferno. Yeah, you gotta get that sub push going. Go horse, go! You rock, girl. Great job. Says New Music Inferno. Yes, right. Yeah, it's a huge leap up. Sorry if I was being annoying in your chat, but I was just thinking these guys are scrolling in. If they're looking at chat, I want them to sub and look for more cool content from you. You did get a timeout. Yeah, you're being obnoxious, Asher. You're telling me what to stream and you're self promoting. You gotta act right. I told you got a timeout when I timed you out
Come
too.
on, do it again.
Mike, great job. Keep on crushing. Says
All right,
New
come on.
Music Inferno.
Atta girl.
You didn't ask a question. You self promoted, Asher. You're this close to getting permanent. So just calm yourself down. You had 10 minutes to relax here. Asher, I told you no spoilers in chat. Here's what I'm going to do, Asher, for your friendship and for mine. I'm timing you out for the day because apparently you need to buy the ear cleaning machine I got on my TikTok showcase videos. Really nice warm jet of water goes in, clears out your ear canal because you're not listening. You're going to get the day off, Asher, and you can come back one more time. If I have to time you out ever again, especially in the next few days, I'm going to permaban you, but you're off for the stream. Jeez, just a chill afternoon stream watching rodeo with the boys and the girls. They want to come by. And Asher's just stinking up the chat. Asher, stop. All right. You can promote. You're a moderator. Yes. Go for it, New Music Inferno. You, Henny, Mike, Dom's a regular. Yeah, just let me know you got something you want to promote. But Asher just kind of was like, hey, can you follow me? It's like, dude, you just got here. You're not like a regular, man. Pick up Control Freaks with code D. That's the wrong code. Control Freaks are code DF. Seahawks may want to use some of their timeouts here. That was a nice play for the offense. I won't say what the play was in case anybody's watching. And I'm in front of them. So hopefully this game comes down to the wire. Hopefully the rodeo's done. I may have to hide off camera if that is the case. Although it could be my most viral clip freaking out if they lose to the Niners. Yeah, Control Freak is DF. DYF is for underdog. Man, I need all of you guys to rally to underdog if you haven't. $5. We'll get you a 50 credit. Thanks for the segue, New Music Inferno. Yeah, I got 5 on it, right, for underdog. I know New Music can't play. He's in Vegas. They don't allow it there. They allow everything else out in Nevada, but not that. They draw the line on daily fantasy. Come on, Nevada. Little misfire there from Sammy. That lady's getting into it. One of these days, I'm going to get out the nicer hats. I have some Stetsons and things. All right, impressive catch. He wants to spoil for Dom if he's still listening, but all right, Cooper Cup. Now that we're well beyond the play, the Niners missed a field goal to take the lead. Seahawks were able to bend and not break on a goal line drive. It was a chip shot attempt for Moody, but he hit it off the upright. So Seahawks trying to at least get field goal range here with a few seconds left. Yeah, peak season for some Manscaped. Use creator code DFR15 for manscaped.com. Although with Manscaped, I'm on pause till next month. Seems like Manscaped's doing some restructuring or something. I'm a little concerned about it. But I'm supposed to resume promoting for next month. But the code should still be live for you guys to use. My point of contact is no longer there, which is a bummer. Really liked working with Blake.
1393 in the lead. She can do that with her eyes closed. Let's go, Anita.
Anita Ellis. Or Els. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Now, kick.
pretty good time in the barrels, 14.3, coming in from Blackfoot, Indiana. And she will not make it into the podium, though, the top four that we see there. Boy, those times are all super clustered in. Um, Halen Leidy and Michelle Alley, 13.93 are the leaders. Barrel racing, our buddy Dez's favorite. I think Dez didn't jump on today for rodeo, but wanted to be ready for him if he did. All right, so from Weatherford, Oklahoma, we got a new leader in the clubhouse. It's Emily BSL. Probably not how it's pronounced. But yeah, Emily, great run, Emily.
I'm going to bank on the lady with the red hair coming in the lane right now. Oklahoma.
Oh, is it Idaho? Yeah, well, I moved it over. New music, although that makes more sense. Just a quick little relocate.
Perfect. All right, come on.
All right, Seahawks had 12 seconds. Looked like they were going to take a shot, and it was a pulling play. Darnold just sprinted forward, got out of bounds, and gets a closer kick for Myers. That was a decent idea. Concept and execution was all good there. I was afraid of them getting tackled and bounce not getting the field goal try off. With the quarterback having, of course, he could have just winged it out of bounds if he saw pressure in his face. So we'll have Myers from 48, it looks like. Seahawks trying to get the lead. They did have the ball to start the game, so Niners going to have the ball coming out here second half. Myers on the right hash. Snap is down. Hold looks good, and that is good. Seahawks will be up 3. There is 2 seconds, so we'll see if the Niners pull some shenanigans on their return play. Garage door just got slammed. Probably slipped. Not hearing anybody yelling or anything, so a tell of a couple missed kicks there to end that first half. But yeah, I can talk about underdog. We talk about fantasy. If you guys are winning in fantasy day, we're not live on TikTok at the moment. TikTok always seems to lose their stuff over too much fantasy discussion. Yeah, that would make sense. Yep. Neighboring Montana. I wish I knew more about the other tribes. I know a decent amount about the Cherokee tribe. I have Cherokee ancestry, 1/8 supposedly, but I couldn't tell you a lot about the other tribes. Niners touch it back in the end zone. So 2 seconds. I'm guessing they'll kneel down, but we'll see. I would. Who would not want to go for that ride, Annie? Yes, would love it, man. Let's see. New Music Inferno. He looked it up. It's okay. Drop the knowledge on us, bud. They're plowing the fields here. Take the ride on the big green tractor. All right, Niners in victory formation in the first half. Seahawks on top by 3, and haven't loved Seattle's execution. Niners leading in time of possession, 18 minutes to 11. Penalties, Niners have had 5, Seahawks only 2. So at least Seattle's played a clean game. Niners 5 of 8 on conversion. Seattle only 2 of 6. Darnold's looked like an average quarterback. At least they didn't give him a huge contract. Hasn't looked MVP form like he did for a while there with Minnesota. You're cute, and I got 2 words for the rest. Give it to me, buddy. What are the 2 words? Maybe we can't say it in chat. All right, we got the flag presentation, and we're waiting here at the chute. There's the close-up of the livestock. Feel bad. There's a few people chatting with us on YouTube that I missed earlier. Set up the vertical stream, and I lost chat for a minute. Automod not gonna like Kenny. Dang it, Automod. I guess I should watch the A's and the Angels since we got 15 minutes of football highlights. Well, the football highlights are good too. All right, we are on to bull riding. Jesse Petrie is going to get spun and slammed off there.
Making the rounds are bullfighters in position to save cowboys' lives. Everybody okay?
Surprised we're already into the bull riding. Usually bull riding's last event. This may be a little bit shorter rodeo than what we had last week. Last week was the championship there on Labor Day, and that one took a bit longer. Angels on top 3-1 in this game, and Ferguson is on for the Athletics. So the A's bats have been hot last 2 days, but Angels have found the way to cool them down so far. They found the fire extinguisher. I got Hayden Welsh out of Wyoming. He's riding Big Salty. Make your innuendos there. From Bridwell Pro Rodeos. Hope they give him some milk after the ride. Me too. Yes. Got the cows. Need the milk. Hayden looks pretty centered. Can't touch with two hands. That's a violation. I don't know everything there is to know about bull riding, but I know a little bit. And I thought that was a pretty good ride from Hayden Welsh. We'll see how the judges score it. Hayden's hyped up, got the tongue out, looking like Michael Jordan. Kind of, in some ways. It's rodeo playoffs here. you just realized you got the cowboy hat? There's the cowboy emote. You remember Fatso Castro? He gifted a bunch of subs when I was close to a new emote unlock. I think it was like needed 400 subs or something total to get a new emote. So I promised him whatever he picked for the emote would be the emote forever. So he wanted the cowboy emote. So that is what we came up with. I think Rubes made the emote, grabbed my image off the screen, so it's a little bit lacking pixels. But yeah, we got the cowboy emote, and that's the same hat. This hat came from Formula One Simulator when they added the Texas map to it. They sent me a bunch of Texas stuff, barbecue sauce and hats and everything. Then I lost track with them. Was hoping they would keep sending me some more stuff. Dude, I do need the overalls. I have some of the button-up shirts, the agricultural shirts that you see out here in the Central Valley a lot, but yeah, I don't have the overalls in the bag. How about Aaron Rodgers today? Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. New Music Inferno. Keep an eye on your Steeler guy there. If he's acting out, time him out. I didn't watch the game. I know you guys were losing to the Jets. What happened? How did the Steelers come back and win? How did DK Metcalf look? Kai Hamilton only got 2.6 seconds. You need 8, and that is not going to qualify. This bull is not one to be messed with, and he goes stunting on the rodeo clown. So you got one with a cowboy hat for Big Baby Henny. Well, yes, you guys won, but how did you win? Last I saw you were losing to the Jets, so tell me about it. Are you guys gonna go eat some Asuka berries or whatever it is that Aaron Rodgers likes to eat and hang out? Holy web gem from Brett Harris. Brett Harris at the peak of his leap just robbed a hit from the Angels and then doubles off the runner at first. That thing was smashed off the bat. Mike, are you still in here? Mike may have jumped into gaming, but Mike's probably watching the game being an Angels fan or Tippist. So next Tippist just comes in and alert. Dude, did you see that play from Harris? I'm not trying to rub anything in because I mean it's 3-1 Angels and it's not like either one of us are going to the playoffs, but holy cow, dude. Do not have the game up. Yeah, this is maybe the best A's defensive play since the Denzel Clark play happened there in Anaheim. Haven't watched a full game since early August. I don't blame you. I'm keeping an eye on it because I got the 2 Reddits for the A's. I got the Vegas Reddit and the Sacramento Reddit and want to see those grow. But yeah, there we go. DK 4 receptions, 83 yards. Yeah, that's solid, right? Not a bad debut. He's got to get on the same page with his new QB. We got Wasey Shalala from Arapahoe, Oklahoma. He's riding No Limits from Wayne Vold. half the photos on the cards are at Angel Stadium because of how photogenic it is. It is a beautiful older stadium. Wish the A's would have kept the Coliseum nice. They're all built around the same time. You guys kept up your stadium. Dodgers kept up Dodger Stadium. A's and Oakland let the Coliseum kind of crumble into disrepair. I guess the Coliseum was sold out yesterday for something. I don't know if it was soccer or what it was. Oh, we're playing you guys next week? Yeah, that'll be interesting. Is the game in Seattle or Pittsburgh? Gonna be pretty hype if DK comes up to Seattle. See, well more maintained than Dodger Stadium, honestly. But I know the Dodgers have at least invested in their stadium. The A's built Mount Davis. If you ever look at the A's from like the 80s and 90s, they had a beautiful view of the Oakland Hills. They built all the football seating, and then the Raiders were not able to stay there long term. And yeah, it's just kind of a funky multi-complex now. They invested in part of the stadium, but not the rest of it for some reason, says Mike Plays Games. Right. Hopefully we see this Harris replay if anybody's in there. Game's in Pittsburgh. Okay. Yeah, I wish it was in Seattle, just because DK coming back onto the field probably would get a lot of applause and then some boo birds too. Maybe the A's can break through against the Angels bullpen if they can get the starter out. I don't know if that's the starter pitching still. Ferris? Is Ferris one of the starters? Tyler Soderstrom's having a really nice season. 275, 23 homers. Learned a new position in the middle of the year. As I say that, he hits it well, and he hits it out. So 3-2 ball game. Save a horse, ride a cowboy, right? That was a popular song. I don't know. There's a lot of popular Western songs, but we got a Sody pop from the A's. But typically, and I don't know how their sequence of events is going to go. Typically, the bull riding is the end. So I wonder if they had us join in action or something today. Mitch has looked okay, but as you just said, ruh-roh. And it's going to be a pitching change for Anaheim. I'm surprised they haven't replayed that Harris play. That Harris play looked amazing to me on the A's telecast and against the A's telecast. They thought it was a good idea to hire Jenny Cavanaugh, so whatever. I do like Carey though a lot. Carey had a good call a couple nights ago. A's young outfielder, his name is Kobe Thomas, and his nickname is Crank. And he had a home run. He called him Thomas the Crank Engine. So I thought it was pretty clever wordplay. All right, we got Quinn Anderson coming in from Australia. He's going to be riding on Splash Tide. Sponsors today, Cowboy Channel Plus. Please check them out. And again, Creator Sports Network. If you're interested in streaming live sports, let me know. I'll get you set up with them. Certainly, they're looking to ramp up a bit here as the schedule's ramping up with a lot of sports down the home stretch of the year. Thomas the Tank, Crank the Tank. I might have been in here watching these games and just editing videos if there was no rodeo stream today. I would have streamed earlier if that was the case. That's only the A's third hit on the day thus far. Angels have 4, so it hasn't been a lot of hits, but the Angels have 3 runs in. Last night, Joe Adell hit an absolute moonshot of a home run late in that game. Quinn Anderson gets bucked off in 2.2 seconds. And I feel like they have some better bulls in this rodeo than we did last week. I feel like everybody was kind of cruising through, and the bulls look a little bit smaller. These guys look like they've been hitting the gym. This guy's beard level is 99 or 125 for using MLB The Show ratings here. Yeah, Joe tends to do the home run thing. Even Carey got kind of hyped up on that one. It's Garcia coming in for Anaheim. Right, the unofficial leaders. We see 86 is the number to beat. Jake Frost from Utah. Rendelet, Utah. He's riding on Crazy Wild Thing.
Crazy little thing inside Boot Barn.
Maybe oh god, I'm choking. Maybe it's Pollard, but it says Garcia on his jersey, and I got Garcia on the A's broadcast bug too. Also, I'm looking at the wrong thing. No way, new music. You made me a song. Heart of the game. Here's the lyrics. I don't know if I can listen to it. It's probably not copywritten, right? I'm afraid of getting in trouble, but that's really cool, dude. I know you can make a song that fast. Over the Titans. Okay, I'm sorry, Mike. Angels catcher is hurt. I don't know if that's a Hopi or uh, one of the backups. I'm not sure what happened. I looked away because I was looking at the music lyrics. I think Jacob Wilson just poked him with a bat by mistake. So Wilson, he's always very moving around in the box. He waggles back the bat and he hits the catcher under the chin guard. I have not seen that. It's Travis Darnold. I don't remember ever seeing that pre-pitch. You know, sometimes the guy follows through and they might catch a guy on the helmet or something, and it's always a little scary. But yeah, buddy got punched in the jaw here. That sucks. Don't think anything was intentional from Wilson. He immediately put his hand up and showed concern. But we'll see if the Angels accept that. Wilson may wear one on the next pitch. But catcher's still down, and the trainer is still tending to him. I do wonder if he might have gotten concussed. May have gotten his tongue bit or something like that. It is a Hopi behind the plate. So yeah, I wasn't sure who was catching today because I haven't watched the game too closely for the A's, just bits and pieces. So I hope he put him back on his helmet. I'm guessing he may stay in, but they're still kind of tending to him. With the season being what it is for the Angels, I'd probably get my young catcher out of there if I had any concern about further injury. Oh, Greg Olson's doing the Seahawk game. I'm glad I'm not listening to that. I guess I am glad there's a rodeo. I can't stand when Olson has her games. And Mike agrees with me. Well, maybe not about the Seahawk part of it, but yeah, he doesn't like him either. Bryce Jensen, he got the 8 seconds, right? I don't know why the timer stopped. Unless the timer is not in sync, like the timer in the arena. But I thought he got the 8 seconds. About the Panther part, yeah, Olson's like a generational Seahawk hater. He's alluded to if he would have went to the Bills that season, his last season of his career, they would have won a Super Bowl. It's like, well, why didn't you go? Why didn't you go play there? If I play it, I won't be able to hear it. I think I want to enjoy it here. If I remember when this wraps up, I'm going to listen to it so I can crank up the volume. Crank it up, tear the knob off. Yeah, Seahawks Niners back underway, so might as well be shifting between baseball and football. Yeah, you're washed, man. He was not particularly effective in Seattle. They said he's Russell Wilson's buddy, though. So I think that was around the time Russ was trying to get Pete Carroll and the general manager, John Schneider, fired. So I think he just kind of sided with Russ and didn't like how the Seahawks didn't acquiesce to everything he wanted. Going to add to it is new music Inferno. Just a dumb penalty for the Seahawks to start the second half. On the kickoff, one of the gunners got his hand up underneath the Niners' chin strap, and they got a flag for that. Seahawks not coming out wrapping up and tackling. Somebody tried to hit McCaffrey from behind, didn't knock him over, and he got like 15, 20 more yards after that. Should have been tackle. Put your arms around him and pull him down. At least try to. Oh, it was a defensive lineman, so maybe a little bit of an excuse there that he may have just thought that was his best move. It was actually Leonard Williams upon seeing the replay. But yeah, McCaffrey gets a huge start for Santa Clara. Spice Carne isn't in here, winding me up some. Though I know he's been busy with work. Right, so the go round leaders, Hayden Welsh with the 86 even. It's going to be on top. Jesse Petrie, 85 and a half. And then we got Wassy Shalala with 84. Boy, Kyle Shanahan looks like he's aged 20 years in the last 5 years. Doesn't look like a young man anymore. Stress of the Super Bowls, maybe. And it could just be aging. They say we age a lot when we turn 45. Hey, what's up, Bama? Yeah, good to have you in the chat. How's life out your way, Bama? Solo's here. He's celebrating the Colts. What's up, Solo? Yeah, definitely an odd start time for me, but such is the life of a sports streamer. Stream those sports when they're available. Stressful night. Loving the hat. Thanks, Solo. I thought we needed to look the part. New version of the song is incoming. The remix. I saw the fans' hands sticking out from the metal bars, and I thought they were going to reach out and try to get the high five on the tractor driver. Oh, Brock. Brock. He is who I thought he was. No spoilers for the Seahawk guys if Dom or anybody's still lurking. The one guy I timed out probably unfollowed, but man, he's being obnoxious. USC destroyed I don't even know what I was going to say. Georgia Southern. He's taking a ride on the big green tractor. We're still not ranked. We smash Purdue next week. You guys should be ranked. All right, it's been long enough. Brock Purdy threw a jump ball, and Ernest Jones jumped up and took it away. So I love to see it. Thanks, Brock. Glad the Niners paid you all the money. You bum. Yeah, he's going to come back and torch the Niners, and I'm going to be eating my words later. But yeah, take that, Brock. They're showing Eddie Gordaro from Stockton, California. I didn't know he was on the Angels staff. Pop back over in between plays. Gotta love the Washington State Fair. How many times have you been, Closure? Closure from the Pacific Northwest. Brock, Steph, Purdy. All right, I think that may have been it. Right? Are we out? I'm gonna wait a couple minutes to make sure I didn't miss anything. I had the volume down because it may happen. But usually rodeos wrap up with the bull riding, so we may be sending this out to our man Shawno here in a minute. You've gone your whole life for Closure. Closure, love to see you in chat, man. I hope everything's good. Definitely miss chatting with you. I know I haven't been on in the late nights where I'm usually live, but I think that's a wrap, right? Let me just wait a minute. Want to make sure we didn't miss anything. Appreciate everybody that came through and watched on YouTube. We kind of had an initial YouTube surge, and I missed some of the chat there. Dang it. So shame on me. But I was switching things around. I want to make sure all the bigger creators were all set and hopefully did okay in that role. So that was our rodeo for today. Let me break you guys down on the next sports events that we have coming. And if you'd like to stream them, just let me know and I'll get you set up. We will be back on Sunday, the 21st. Oh, I skipped one. Next Saturday. That's our next CSN event. Next Saturday, Pendleton Rodeo. And then we'll have the Rough Rider Cup Rodeo on the following Sunday. So we're going to go Saturday, next weekend, following weekend, Sunday. Then we got the Governor Cup going to be coming up on the 27th. TBD. Should be having some more stuff coming soon. The Browns lost. One of the most miraculous Browns losses you've seen. Burrow had 95 yards. They had 45 rushing. You missed the point after and a chip field goal and lost by 1. I did see the interception popped up in my feed, and it looked like it bounced off the receiver's hands for the Bengals to intercept it. I thought about you, Josh. I was like, man, feel bad for Josh and Cam and AKA Vince, because you all bleed for the Browns. Let me shout out Josh, and then we will raid out here. Dude, fishing. If you want to watch fishing, you should follow Gabs. I think Gabs deleted her command. Hold on, let me get you Gab's stream. As far as me fishing, I don't know, dude. I don't have a fishing license. They're pretty strict about that in California too. All right, so here we go. This is my favorite fishing streamer. There you go. Check her out if you haven't seen her before. All right, so let me tell you guys really quick. Check out seriousfun.org if you're watching the VOD or if you're listening now. It's a great charity. The link is there in chat. They are providing children with serious illnesses a spectacular camp experience in a high quality, very safe medical care environment. So they get to go out, have some fun, get their mind off of whatever illnesses and health concerns that they have. So check out seriousfun.org. And please check out the upcoming stream. I'm going to raid over to Shauno because I know Shauno is probably live right now. Because usually if Penny's in chat, him and Shauno are looking for a game. I'm getting all the Twitch notifications that it's like, hey, this is a stream that's intended for mature audiences only. Hey, Josh, I'm sorry to catch you late too. Appreciate all you guys. Yes, that's where it was from, Father Time. You missed the rodeo action today, but guess what? Got more rodeo next Saturday. And let me tell you one more time where that one's from. We got the Pendleton Rodeo. So last week we had a different stop in Washington, and they're making the rounds there. So we're on the rodeo circuit. More rodeo next week. I may wear a different cowboy hat then. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday and your weekend. Should be on either in the morning or maybe tonight if everybody's resting well, and we'll fire it up. Oh, wait a minute. Here's the feed. Hold on. Is this the replay? I think this is a replay. Okay, yeah, this is like a play out, I'm pretty sure. I have it low, so I don't want to end if we're not supposed to. No, definitely not Bama. I've heard it's illegal. All right, so sorry, I was almost out of here, Shawno. Sorry if anybody closed tab. But I think they're done. I think they're just showing us the highlights. But we'll watch the highlight reel. But yeah, they're up in Washington, buddy. You worked at the state fair when you lived in Boney Lake. How did you like it, Father Time? Because Closure was just saying how nice it is up at the Washington State Fair. So I know we got some of you guys coming in from the Pacific Northwest. I know it was supposed to be against TOS to do the twerking on stream Bama a while back, but I don't know if that's still the case. Yeah, sorry for the false rate out, but I think we're done. I don't know. I'm looking for the word. This was back in 1986. Probably a bit before Closure's time. I was around back then, Father Time. I was 6 years old in 86, or I turned 6 back then. A little bit simpler times back then, right? Some ways better times, some ways, worse. I like that we can all connect with each other through the magic of the internet, but sometimes things are a little more complicated. I don't even want to joke about that, Mike. Dan Clancy's sitting there hovering over the ban button. Get ready to zap this stream. This guy looks a little bit like Dan right there. Sorry, Dan, if you're watching. He doesn't have the immaculate hair like you do. Father Times, let's see. He was born in 68, right? Hey, what's up, Isaac? How's your day going? All right, we're done, right? Or no? Let me turn this up right here. Glad I didn't end. If there's more rodeo, but usually the bull riding is the last event, and I just kind of had it quiet because I'm yapping and everything. Let's see, Bama born in 87. Trying to clean 2 dead pixels off the screen, man. That sounds like something I would do. Mike was born in 08. Man, I was already 28 years old. That's the magic of the internet, right? Like, I'm so much older than Mike, but I consider Mike a pretty good friend. I was so happy Mike's his CSN content yesterday. He blew up. Mike was over 1,000 concurrent viewers on YouTube yesterday. So you never know with these live sports streams, man. You just get the right feed in the algorithm, and away you go. And hopefully Mike will just snowballing the success. Josh is almost done with college. Later half of Gen Z, says Mike. Hey, my eyes are on Seattle and San Francisco again. But yeah, maybe they were just getting the field ready. Field isn't the right term. The rodeo grounds ready. Maybe they're just doing some plowing out here. I was thinking it was kind of quick, even though I did join already in progress. Miss the good old days in Washington. Really miss having, or excuse me, living on Whidbey Island. I like I didn't care for it as much years ago, but I'm getting where I like watching the barrel racing quite a bit, Josh. I do think the bull riding's tough to beat, though, as far as like the most exciting event. If the guy's going to make it for 8 seconds against, such a powerful animal. But yeah, Des was talking about how much he likes the barrel racing, and those horses are trying to run through there as quickly as they can with their rider, and if you just graze that barrel too much, now you're taking the penalty on there. So maybe we're getting ready for the second heat of the bull riding. That would make a lot of sense, and then they'll combine the two. Or maybe we're just going back through all the events, right? Because this looks like the second heat of the bronc riding. All right, so maybe we got a longer rodeo than I thought. I know oftentimes rodeo will be about 2 hours, but if it's a championship day, and today probably is a championship there at the state fair, it usually runs three and a half. Best of two scores or three for the bull riding. Yeah, it was the first heat that they showed, but then they showed that long break window, and I thought, well, if it's done, we should jump out. So yeah, sorry for not knowing what I'm doing, but it's not the first time. Won't be the last. All right, we got Jacob Lee's riding on Tater Tot. Run three, take the best two scores. Napoleon Dynamite. I love that movie. I know some people don't care for the humor in it, but I did. Yes, he did limp off. I'm not sure how severe the injury may be. So Niners have used Robinson 5 rushes, 15 yards. Probably a good idea not to run CMC into the ground. Of course, that's something Shanahan's been known to do. He does look weird in these colors, right? Yep. Favorite rodeo is the Cody Rodeo for Father Time. Wyoming, that one runs June 1st till August 31st. Every night there's something going on. I didn't realize they had a rodeo every night for a couple months there, 3 months, right? Probably a huge event there in Wyoming. One of my older sisters lived in Wyoming for quite a while. Seemed like she enjoyed it, but I've never been over there. Is it Jackie Frost? Jackick Frost? Browns Valley, California. He's riding on Lunatic Heaven. Reddick got his first sack as a Buccaneer. Looked pretty good, says Mike. I mean, I don't know if there's any machismo thing where they don't wear a cup, but I would. who, who wants to get gored in a sensitive area? In southern New Mexico, northern Texas, there's always rodeo too. A lot of guys moving up to Wyoming. Hey, how's it going, Maggie Teixeira? Welcome into chat. Good to have you there. After that huge contract closeout last year, glad he's back into form, says Mike. For sure. Yeah, kind of a lost year for him last year. Seattle did not capitalize off that interception and get points. Offense looking kind of sporadic for the Seahawks right now. The PRCA also runs a 4-day event that is held around the 4th of July. J-Ram passed up Tomei for the second on the all-time record books. Wow, I didn't realize he played that long already. Like to even be approaching Tomei. Then again, Tomei played a lot of other places too. Hafner's the all-time leader in Cleveland, Josh, or no?
Okay, I
My
think we're
assumption
ready.
would be Hafner, but I could be wrong.
Just
It
roll
could be one
out
of the old school guys that I'm forgetting about.
into the Pendleton Whiskey Chute, the last chute available. So here's the deal. Next time they open the gate, everybody come alive, okay? Let that horse know that we want to see him out here doing his thing. Lunatic Heaven. They named this one after you, Matt.
Maybe we should practice if you want everybody to scream. Let's try. Let's break it down. Just you guys on this side on the count of three. Let me hear you. One, two, three.
Oh, for RBI, not for homers.
Just you guys on this side. One, two, three.
Finally got the A's neon done for new music. Yeah, the Soderstrom's card is a decent card, right? Left field also has secondary catcher and first base. Left-hand hitting first baseman would have been very valuable earlier in the game. This guy is really getting bucked around, but he's going to make it through.
Holy
Okay, so it is Tomei, the all-time leader.
I don't know how they could jump any higher or buck any harder than that right there. Get him on the ground where he is safe and sound. What a ride, Jacek. What a ride.
All right, so
Take a look at the
I may
score.
be a little bit in front then. I just saw the fourth and two play,
Nine.
and I don't understand why we're celebrating on that. Yep, Kobe. Yeah, he spells it Kobe, Coby, but he's named after Kobe Bryant, the NBA player. Mustangs are crazy, says Josh. Yep.
Let's go to the boot bar. Buck and shoot number 4. You met him earlier. You've watched
Yeah,
him
they are mean. Yeah, they don't want anybody on their back for 8 seconds or any seconds.
generation cowboy. Rocker, Steiner, get him set for us right now.
Got Agent Lynx with Rocky Steiner on Agent.
Second horse, Agent Lynx, Calgary Stampede. What a great horse. Let's do it again.
Kick in the chest just for standing there. Indeed, they will.
He is the reigning of a year ago Canadian Horse of the Year. Let's go. Hey,
And Rocky is getting jammed around here a lot too, but it seems like he has a good grip and he's going to make it the 8 seconds.
the feet are flying, the hair's flying, and one of the most charismatic cowboys in our game is down where he could hear you. Keep an eye on him.
I've lost track of the A's and Angels with rodeo and
What a great ride.
football going here.
Marking
You stood by me.
is 90 points on the ride. Rocker.
Yeah, I'm always super careful around horses and cows, even if they're tame, not to walk behind them.
Okay, there's one more. It's going to take a 92 or better to win that first place
And
prize.
Seattle had an intentional grounding on the Niners, and then I don't know what happened, but one had a play that negated it. One's throwing his hands up. I don't know if he was celebrating or taunting or something, but can't be having the dummy stuff. You know, you're not losing your season in the first week of the year, but against a division rival at home, yeah, you don't want to boot that game when you have the opportunity to win.
They set the record a year
Even
ago.
friendly horses can bite your fingers off if you try to feed them a carrot or something. Super intelligent beings, but people downplay how dangerous they are. Yes. Yeah, people, not everybody, but there are people that talk about horses the way they talk about a house cat or a lapdog or something. And, yeah, your cat could scratch you up. Your lapdog might bite you if he's upset or if he's nervous about something, but they're not going to inflict as much damage being a 12-pound animal the way a horse can. Oh, he wouldn't harm a fly. Well, no, but he could get spooked. He could get upset. So yeah, at least I think you always need to have a ton of respect for dealing with those animals. And I say that somebody hasn't ridden or done a whole lot around horses and cows throughout my life, but I've been around them enough. Oh, there we go. There's a better camera angle. So we get interview with our winner here. I don't understand Shanny's logic. And I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this game for anybody, but I got 4th and 2. Now they're sending out Moody to attempt a field goal. They had a previous 4th and 2 and they didn't try the field goal. Maybe they feel like they were too far for field goal range, but from 36, the kick is blocked, and Seahawks return man who recovered it, not able to take it all the way, but he had a few yards of positive gain. So Seattle special teams been holding tough so far. I see something on the field. It's away from the play. I do wonder if there's a flag that's gonna send this back, or if it was just litter. Not seeing any flag on the overlay graphics. But Niners special teams betraying them again. Doesn't look like that's getting reversed. Seattle needs to go and make this a 2-score game and put this away. But what they need to do and what they will do could be very different things. A's Angels 2-3 top 8, and Kurt Snick is in the batter's box facing Reed Detmers. Detmers been pretty good for the Angels in relief, from what I gather. Haven't got to see him a whole lot. All right, got Riley George from Oakdale, California, the cowboy capital of the world, Oakdale. I've been in Oakdale numerous times, not too far from me. Classic Moody. Moses Moody or Jake Moody? No, I like Moses. I can't hate on him. Jake Moody's looking like a bad pick for a 3rd rounder. Yeah, Moses has his moments, both good and bad. He doesn't annoy me the way my guy Jonathan Kaminga does. So it's the breakaway, and Riley George had the time of 2.4. Hertz will dump it into the gap, and I'm not sure if he's going to get 2. He's going to hold to a single. Angel center fielder was quick to the ball and threw a jump throw into second, so we just have 1-on, 1-out top 8. Kurt's been hitting a lot of leadoff for the A's of late. It seemed like something snapped in Kotze's mind where he started doubting Kurtz or Langoliers as leadoff guys about a month or so ago. We got Martha Angeloni? Not really sure where to put the emphasis. She's from Stephenville, Texas. I should probably be quiet and just let the announcers do it. This would probably be a better stream right here. Just crank up the announcers and have me take a hike. Here, I'll do it for the vertical viewers too. You guys may get a look like that if this Seahawk game comes down to like a 2-minute drill. Not sure I want to record myself down the stretch if the rodeo's still going. Where's my camera? There we go. No, yeah, it was just for a joke. I was just saying it would be a better stream if you guys didn't have to see me. All right, Radley George, she got 2.4. There was a red flash there. You like the theme dressing? Yes, we got a guy that came in to CSN, and he's good with doing everything. For our streams. Need to stream car fighting from the passenger seat. Bud, that would be amazing. Car jiu-jitsu. Yeah, the streams, yeah, usually sports talk. RJ Harvey not getting nearly as many carries for the Broncos as he thought he would. All right, got Haley Williams from Comanche, Texas. No time for Haley. She is waving at the crowd. Opponent had a bunch of bad weeks. Montgomery, Hunter, Ingram. I haven't looked at mine too much. I know I have Lamar Jackson tonight. I don't usually try to draft Lamar, but I did this time. Just like, all right. I usually hate on the Ravens. Let me root for him for a change. So I don't know if I should be stressed if I need a monster game from Lamar or what's going to happen. Just in the one league with Chris Griffin, CM Griffin. Well, Darnold showed a little elusiveness and got the conversion on 3rd and 4. Felt like he was getting kind of panicky, but he was able to find JSN. There is a flag though. I don't know if this may come back for holding or something.
So, do the champ go the spoils, the spurs, that she picks up the resistol
It was
happiness
defensive holding. All right,
is a victory lap
we like that.
for this audience as she comes around.
See, he's been on your team for 3 years for Mike Plays games. You playing anybody I know in your first week, Mike? I might get more into fantasy as the kids get older. I've been pretty rough fantasy owner since becoming a dad. Just don't allocate enough time looking to the waiver wires and stat lines and things the way I used to. Not that I have to get back into it, but maybe something to fill the time when they have their own activities and stuff. All right, you got row flow week 4.
125th anniversary of the fair. We're into the steer wrestling.
I think that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Kind of went by fast. Seahawks are on the drive. Well, they may get one more play. They're at least going to line up 2nd and 8. Just getting into Niner territory around the 45. I like it. At least let your quarterback make the decision. If he feels like he has a mismatch, he can snap it. If not, don't do it. And yeah, time's expired. So they can regroup and get what they really want out there. At least they can imagine they can get what they really want out there in a minute. Somehow the A's have tied the game. It's 3-3. So I see Rooker's on second base, and I don't know how they brought in Kurtz. So maybe some free baseball in Anaheim. And Arnold is in for Logan Ohope. I just noticed that. We got Chance Howard getting ready to do the steer wrestling here. Chance coming in from Oklahoma. And I think he overshot his steer. Miscalculated. I'm going to stand up and stretch for a minute. I'm getting ready to go into the shoot. Guys, no, just playing.
In the final championship round. Here comes the big guy. How come you always get to announce Will?
Anybody on a microphone in our game of rodeo loves to talk about this.
Yeah, we got Will Loomis from Bryhala, Mississippi. When you get older, joints and ligaments and everything just kind of stiffen up just from sitting. It's like, well, used to feel that way if I played sports all day and then woke up the next day or whatever. But yeah, it's just constant now. So Rooker's on second. There's 2 outs. Soderstrom hits it well, but Joe Adell's got it in right field. That'll end the top of the 8th. 3-3 A's Angels. NorCal versus Southern California. The battle for higher draft positioning between those two clubs.
He is a giant among the steer wrestlers, but he is a giant among good people.
Angels can't get a top 10 pick next year no matter what, so no point. I don't know if I like that rule too much, Mike.
National finals qualifier. He's got him. Watch him. Damn.
And they got it at 3.8. I don't know why it's in red. I feel like when it's in red, there's a violation or something. Did he leave early? No. I don't know. Maybe it's just the font they use.
Let's pay him off again. Nice job, Mr.
Next Sunday, Seahawks and Steelers, 10 o'clock for yours truly, 1 o'clock for the East Coast. We'll see how Seattle fares on the road, but they got a quarter of football to determine if they're going to be 1-0 or 0-1. And JSN just fumbled. I think the Niners recovered. Maybe not. We'll see. Oh, yeah, they have it. They're up with it. Not what you needed there. Is a screen to the left, and JSN got hit from behind. And I thought the Niners had it, but then there was still a scrum, and then one of them came out of there with it. So, big turnover for the Seahawks. Just had the one arm around the ball. Then watching the recovery. C League or something like that. 36 Surprised that number. Well, I guess it shouldn't be retired. Merton Hanks probably not a Hall of Fame type guy, but looks like that belongs to Merton Hanks. He's on their fastest man to it for San Francisco. So yuck. He is a 5th round selection from Kansas State.
All he can do. Now he has got one man to watch. He did it very well, might I add.
The defense got to go back out there and try to keep Seattle going. Niners have 2 missed field goal attempts in this game, 1 blocked, 1 off the upright.
Wrangler NFL, folks, it is the all-star.
Cody Dever stepping in from Perryton, Texas.
Puyallup. Everybody already knows sudden death to the line.
Yeah, it looks like Seattle had illegal hands to the face or something, so it's going to be another first down for San Francisco.
Goes to the top.
Julian Love, illegal contact. Not great, Seattle. Had a chance to go and
Let's go.
really, really take charge and
Down.
fumbled away. Wasn't really a whole lot there. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong part of the screen.
That's a great cowboy to keep an eye on all the way. Not a surprise to have him in the final 4 here. 4.4 on the run for Cody. I think Katie Lucas has already got our champion down below.
Gaffrey just cut through Seattle's defense like nothing. Picks up a first down for him on their 1st and 10 play. At like 15 or so to the left.
Yeah, that's kind of been my goal the whole year is to set myself up for the finals and be in contention for that world title come round 10 or come around whenever we get there.
All right, if you've got big goals, you better set the bar high, and he just keeps rising to the challenge.
Smile, buddy.
Thought I got a spam text, but it's actually somebody that I did reach out to.
Thank you, CEO of Pro Rodeo. Board President Andrew McDonald, thank you for joining us. And as well as from the WPRA, Julie Herman is here to help hand out some of the hardware as well.
Here he comes on the ride behind the banner of Cinch. Jesse, you do not need to be modest, all right? Let your emotions flow, buddy.
So flag on the play. Probably Purdy takes a deep shot and it's caught. See what the flag is. Kittle is ruled out.
Way you can put it, you know. All righty. Looks like the buck and shoots are loaded. Wayne, as we get set.
And it's on Seattle, so this is going to stand Niners into field goal range pretty quickly.
Brother today. The first to ride.
There is a Canadian that's going to win Cinch Jeans playoffs.
Yeah, pretty good chance.
Yes.
They're all 4 Canadian bronc riding cowboys. Dawson Hale ride first, Logan Hale ride second. They have the juice loaded on the horses. They're all Canadian horses from the Calgary Stampede. Freedom Express. Canadian finals, national finals. Around this year in San Antonio, Texas. But you can see how serious he is. This horse is no day off. You stub your toe just for a split second, this horse will put you on the ground. Dawson Hay.
You've got Freedom Express with Dawson Hay up next here. Niners are driving. They are inside the 15 on a 2nd and 1. And CMC tackled in the backfield. So we'll see what happens here on 3rd down.
Man, look at that horse jump. You are looking at horses worth $70, $80, $90,000 a piece. Scoreboard says an 89 and a half.
And he got a 9.5 stick in the landing.
3rd and 2 is met and denied. Now it's decision time for Shanahan if he wants to try a field goal to tie, or if they want to go for it Ball came out late, but I think he's down.
Mother of the man you just watched. They're from a rodeo family. Their dad rode here. I don't know how many times. He went to the Wrangler NFR, qualified 20 times. They had an uncle that did the same as far as making the NFR. Now it is the next generation that shines every rodeo they go to. Logan Hay
Sorry, just answering a long text message here. Um,
under his belt. Already a couple of trips to that $12.5 million Wrangler NFR. He could move himself really in contention for number 3 with a run right here. He's on a bucking horse called Annual News. This is a Canadian final selected bucking horse. National finals. They won around in Hermiston, Oregon at the Farm City Pro Rodeo. What do you say we put it on Logan Hay on his job? Man, if you are a fan of rodeo and the cornerstone of our event, you got to love what we're looking at. Logan Hay's got an 85.5 point ride. So you always want to be the winner, but let's remember 85.5. What'll that make him right here today?
$10,050 for second.
right, so now there's lining up to go for it on 4th and 2. Key play. They're spread out. Nobody in the backfield besides Purdy on a shotgun, and he's got a receiver. It's CMC for about 5 yards, so they'll get the conversion. Seahawks were way too far off to have a play on the ball, so it's 1st and goal, San Francisco.
Canadian titles, a record 5 in a row for Zeke Thurston up north of the border. But the story again, it's the horses. Crockett from Calgary Stampede. They just won the finals in Kennewick on the horse. They won around in Calgary. They won around in Houston. We love bragging on our athletes in rodeo, and that includes the 4-legged athletes as well.
1st and goal from around the 8. Run for no yards. Hey, what's up, Dark Specta? How are you, friend? Thanks for coming in. Got some rodeo action our way right now. I'm also watching the Seahawks and the 49ers and the A's and the Angels. If you guys want to talk sports, we're here for it. All right, so Zeke Thurston is going to make it through on his ride.
Everything but the kitchen sink at him, trying to get him off of his back, and he rode it through the storm.
And it's a drop. I don't know if Reek Woolen got a finger on it. But I thought Reek was cooked, honestly. He does have a long wingspan, so I had to see the replay, but Niners end up not getting the touchdown there. Looked like a decent throw from Purdy. He was targeting number 1. Not sure who that is for San Francisco. Nope, Reek got his left hand out there and did knock it down with his fingertips. So not on the receiver. Looked like a decent throw, though. I think you just got to give Woolen some credit. Yeah, I'd rather not have things lined up the way that they lined up today, but here we are. And it looks like it might be a false start for San Francisco. I'm at 9:52. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling it for any of you guys watching, but please don't spoil it for me if you're ahead of me on any feeds. I'm watching through my satellite provider, so I know that's usually a few seconds delayed at least. Got next rider up, Dawson Hayes leading on the unofficial leaderboard with a 98.5 rating. That Bronco came out almost straight up. And so I think it was a false start on the right guard is what they ruled. So 3rd and long for 3rd and goal for San Francisco. On red zone. How's the commercials? I know a lot of people are upset about the commercials on red zone. Have they been particularly intrusive? And Seahawks had pressure on Purdy. He was able to sidestep it, and his throw to McCaffrey is too high. Was not into the end zone, was up the sideline. So I think San Francisco's got to try Moody again. He's had a couple of adventures out here, but definitely within his leg strength. He's hit an upright and he's had a block kick. Seahawks hoping to make him miss again. So he'll have a try to tie the game at 32 yards. Seahawks offense hasn't been great here under Kubiak.
They've made pretty much a habit out of it for the last several years. Tom Klaus, CEO of the Pro Rodeo Cowboys Association.
And he does sneak it in through what would have been his right upright. That thing was traveling quickly to the side. I thought he might have missed it wide. But game's tied at 10. Seahawks got 9:42 to try go have a nice slow drive and win the game. Speaking of win the game, Angels are leading 4-3 as Osvaldo Bido is in. I don't know why we used Bido in a high leverage situation with a bunch of Angels on base. Bases are loaded, so he's be lucky to keep it just a single run game. Let's see, they're pretty minimal. Most are the daily fantasy ones. Hey, if you guys are daily fantasy fans, please join Underdog. Underdog is going to give you $50 in credits when you spend 5 right now. They got a promotion. Use my creator code DYF if you join Underdog. All right, so not what I wanted to see here from the A's when I flipped over. Angels may avoid the sweep. But yeah, that makes sense, right? That they're getting some branding on there and not being too intrusive on the red zone stuff. I know there was a lot of backlash last year with red zone when they said they were going to start having commercials. Of course, NFL Network's getting purchased by ESPN, and mergers coming, so expect ESPN's version to be there soon. Let's see. I got a text from Dell. Local blackout. How fun for Dark Specta. Cubs gave up a bunch of runs late to lose. Crazy how they make watching your home teams so annoying with the blackout rules and things across these sports platforms. Thinking about ultra aggressive this year at the trade deadline since Mike plays games. Seattle trades some weird boot the quarterback left, throwback right screen, and the Niners were all over that. That looked like it lost a lot of yardage. It was a decent return off the kickoff, but I think the first down play may have lost 5-6 yards, if not more. It was Bosa making the play behind the line of scrimmage. got free from his blocker and wrapped him up. So second 18 on a completed pass. Not loving what I've seen thus far from the new look Seahawks offense. However, I am loving that. I think no completion. I thought JSN had it broken up late, so now it's third and 18. He was one on one with Green of the Niners and wasn't able to complete the reception. Kind of had it trapped up over his back, and I don't know. Seattle might be able to challenge. I think he's down when that gets ripped out. Who knows if they'll determine if he actually had it, but I think the Niner guy rips it after they're both down. I don't know if you guys have the play up there. Looks like no challenge flag from McDonald though. May not have been long enough to determine possession. Seattle tried to run a hook and lateral play and they threw it out of bounds. Yeah, I agree, Mike. They got the first part complete, but then it was JSN to Charbonnet and the throw was out to the sideline. Yeah, I like the way it looked better under Gino a couple of years ago. Last year was kind of hit and miss with the Grub. And I know it's just one game, to get too upset. But Seattle's got a punt, and the Niners could go bleed out this game. It's still early enough. I mean, both teams have all three timeouts, but San Francisco sometimes when they're in their bag, they really get that run game ramped up and have a hard time getting the ball back away from them. So we'll see what the defense does here. Yeah, I hate when they cut to McDonald's face. He always has that like completely lost look on his face, especially when they cut back from offensive possessions.
All the way from Florida, we're going to give him a little Washington noise. Clint Summers. And a three-time world champion, Jade Corkill.
One of our bigger streamers texted me that's doing this event and was asking about his live stream, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I pulled up his page, so I don't know. I know sometimes the feed can kind of come in and install and things occasionally on these players just for a minute, so hopefully it sorted itself out. All right, Riley Pruitt, tie down rope in 7.9 seconds for Riley. There's a penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty was, but it was what it was. If I had the volume up a little louder, I'd probably hear it, but don't want it to echo back through my microphone either. I know a lot of streamers usually have on their headsets. I don't know. I think because my head's on the larger side, wearing a headset for 2 or 3 hours, not comfortable for my ears. 17.9, the unofficial leader for now.
Just go in there and do your job like you always do. These cowboys will go to about 100 rodeos a year. And cowgirls, same way. That's a lot of competition and getting up every day, trying to have a positive mindset, getting your horse ready to go. The mentality of a rodeo cowboy.
Carlos Alcarza wins U.S. Open for the second time. I'm reading. Just open up a ESPN page. Somehow the A's got out of that inning with only allowing one more run. So we'll see if they can rally top 9. But they're already one out down are the Athletics. Tyler Calhoun from Richards, Texas, up next. Ball control this half. 15 minutes for the Niners, 5 for Seattle, 29 plays to 11. And that was 18 minutes to 11 minutes at the half. So the Niners definitely have had much better sustained drives than Seattle has. Let's get the first down, but there is a flag. Let's see what it was. Showing Trent Williams. I'm hoping it's a hold. It is. All right, so Tom Kraus, he's got the 8.4 in the lead right now.
So the next Cowboy, it'd be easier to tell you where he has not won than go down through the whole list of where he has won. But the caliber of the Puyallup Rodeo fits right in with the rest of the rodeos that he's won this year. Houston, Reno, St. Paul,
Bring up
Herman,
my desktop a little bit so you guys can hear it more. Evans now has 23rd most
Riley Webb.
receiving yards in NFL
A
history.
few years ago, he was in the high school ranks, killing them at the high school level. And then when he jumped into professional rodeo's big pool, he's won the world title the last 2 years. 23 and 24.
And Brock Purdy gets picked off at
8.4
the
in the
50.
lead.
Seahawks are up
Riley.
on the return. They just got a couple
Riley.
yards. I think it's Joby with the interception there. So now Seattle has a chance to try to go ground pound and kick a walk-off field goal or whatever the case might be. It's a shorter field, so they might not be able to take off seven minutes of game time. I feel like the Niners were holding on that throw too. So Purdy having kind of an ugly day there with the 2 turnovers. This one would have been really threatening the needle into double coverage. I think that's a bad decision from Brock.
That young guy has amazed me the last 2 or 3 years.
All right, there's our final 4 leaders. Riley Webb, 7.9. Is going to be our lowest time there on tie down roping. Wife made me lunch and I had a soda. Had in my little A's Yeti cool keeper thing. Like a little aluminum can within the can. That's a good job. They got the can cozy, whatever, there. Oakland A's, hey, they don't play there anymore. That's a collector's item. But yeah, I could probably use some water here in a minute. So what I'm leading up to is I'll probably step away eventually. We'll see if the Angels have locked this down for their victory over the A's or if the A's are going to rally. Looks like it's the post-game show. So that would lead me to believe the Angels are not batting in the bottom of the 9th where they would be typically. So I think I can put that one on the board for the Sacramento Reddit. Hey, Mike, congratulations on the win. I can put it on the board even though I don't like to make these game threads when they lose. A lot more fun when they win. Of course, wasn't active today myself in the A's thread. But now we don't need to delete the Angels, Mike. Your boys won. Abolish the Angels, whatever it was you said last night. That did have me cracking up when I saw you. All right, let's see. Post-game thread is up. Now I need to pin it, make it an announcement. Our programmer hasn't been around. There's a guy that's a developer, helped out with the game time bot. There's an app that also does a good job on Reddit too with the live scoreboard. I don't know how to set it up. I think it's still kind of like beta testing, but eventually we'll get it there.
I know it.
So how many of you are ready to cheer for the ladies one more time this year? All right. Barrel racers.
So now can the Seattle offense do what they're paid to do and go win this game? They're set up in great position thanks to the defense.
From the tiny metropolis of Ulrich, South Dakota. Rodeo family. She is in the lead for it. Her husband is a great roper. She's got a daughter that runs, a son that runs. She's got a son-in-law who announces. This is a rodeo family, but now it is all Lisa Lockhart.
A decent run from Kenneth Walker. We'll see if Seattle can keep possession of the ball this time.
Hang on.
We're back to the barrels.
Puyallup, do it.
Yes. The battle for not being in the cellar. Hey, what's up, Nats fan? How are you, bud? Lisa Lockhart from South Dakota. She had the barrel shaken, but she kept it in shape. Both quarterbacks kind of having ugly looking stat lines here between Darnold and Brock Purdy so far.
Was talking about this is a lady right there. She's 22nd in the world. Get the money, Halen. Get
And
the
second
money.
two, Darnold keeps it himself and gets the conversion.
At a girl. One more. Bring it, bring it, bring it. Oh,
China Spring, Texas.
1376.
You're showing Jawan Jennings and Pam Oliver's reporting. He's having a calf problem, according to my captioning. Broncos struggling against the Titans. Ooh, I didn't see that.
Madisonville, Texas.
Didn't see that coming today. I figured that would be walkover victory for Denver.
You got it. One more. Turn, turn, turn.
And she did clip the barrel, but it doesn't tip over. Michelle Alley at 14.06.
1406.
Then there was Oklahoma on the stand. Emily Beisel is making her way in on the great horse Chewy. All right, Em. One to the right.
And Charbonnet will get Seattle first down. This is what you'd like to do, just keep the clock moving and keep the chains moving and force San Francisco to expend their timeouts, if you can. Seattle approaching the red zone.
1383. That is a split.
Yeah, some tough running there from Charbonnet. Was able to go through the line. Yeah, I think he got about 5 yards when they needed to for the conversion. Seattle kind of methodical right now, coming out of the huddle. You have their fullback in there, lined up number 40.
Now let's go to the lady who is
Which played a Walker, and the Niners stuffed that out pretty well. Walker may have got 2 or 3 on the second effort.
Back-to-back runs.
Did get ridden out of bounds too, so that stops the clock at 4:15.
How proud are you to have an equine partner that when you ask him for a little bit more, he's able to give it? Oh, he's amazing. I love him.
She's got the hat and the sunglasses, and she's got the hardware. They're Victor in barrel racing.
They made it tough on her, but she rose to the challenge.
Halen live. China Spring, Texas.
Walker again, this time stopped behind the line. And again, second effort, he might have got a half yard. So Walker just keeps pushing, but Niners very aware that Seattle wants to run the ball here. One of USC's starting defensive linemen, Anthony Lucas, apparently had a play where he both bullied the left tackle and running back at the same time. It's a glorious watch. All right, victory lap for our champion.
Simple as the best, and that is a winner's smile.
Seattle 3 of 9 on third down conversions. Are facing one here.
One event left. Do we still have any?
And they're going to come up just short, I believe. Depends on the spot. It was to Cooper Cup. They threw it short of the sticks, and he wasn't able to get turned upfield. He was met by the sideline and a Niner defender. It's going to be 4th and 1, so a huge decision for Mike McDonald. Do you want to try to win it right here with the offense? I mean, you're not going to win it with one play, but you could keep the clock running and start using the 49ers timeouts, or do you want to send out Myers and trust your defense with a 3-point lead? And he's going to go with Myers if Myers can convert. I kind of wonder what the metrics say, because McDonald's supposed to be metrics guy. This is a 37-yard attempt, so they're right on the 20. I think they're just inside the 20. Kick is up, kick is good. And it's 13-10. McDonald's going to bank on his defense here. Both teams have all 3 timeouts still to go. Surprised it wasn't a bit more of a discussion there. So I think the Niners defense had actually been pretty solid, you know. I know they've had a lot of personnel changes, and Seattle offense may not be one of the better offenses in the league, but they got put into a bad situation by the pretty turnover, and they gave up a couple of first downs, but got the ball back with plenty of time for their offense to operate. Not what I wanted to see, but that's what they did. That is a large belt buckle there. If you're watching on YouTube, hey, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up. If you're lurking on the purple, jump in and chat. Following's free. Right, Niners will start their drive. I think just a little bit beyond the 20 there with 319. Packers on top. I'm seeing the highlights there. So it looks like 17-6. The scoreboard was right. Jacobs looking good on the Packers squad. Yes. Jake Moody, I don't understand. Kickers aren't uh, hard to find, and plenty of good ones are out there, says Richard Sherman. You know, sometimes it's tough to admit that you made the wrong decision, right? Sunk cost fallacy. They used a mid-round pick on him, and what is he? Third year, fourth year now. Surprised they haven't shuffled through and found somebody else yet. Oh, 24-6. So that scoreboard that I saw wasn't with the updated touchdown. Packers putting it on Detroit. Yeah, but it took 20 years to find two solid kickers. Yeah, I think Sherman's underselling how valuable a really good kicker is that can be there for, you know, a decade or so. And you get those guys that are solid, it's important to pay them and keep them around. They're just letting a lot of time go off the clock here, but they do have their timeouts. They're tackled in bounds on a 1 yard gain. Pretty all day to throw. He's taking a deep shot, and it's misplayed by Reek Woolen. Jeez, Woolen stopped himself like he was going to go up for the interception, and the ball just sailed right over his head. And Niners probably got 40 on this play up the sidelines. It's Ricky Pearsall, and Niners are in field goal range. I don't know what Woolen's looking at here. Stops himself on the pump fake, but then he stops himself in coverage. He should have been in there to break that up at least. At least had a play on it, but Pearsall got him with a little bit of a move initially. Got a little love tap on the back, but yeah, Woolen kind of stutter stepped his feet like he thought the ball was coming in, misjudged the trajectory and velocity. Terrible from Woolen. They're just having an underneath play to their tight end for about 3 yards, and Seattle danger getting walked off here. See how everything plays out. Kind of chicken and egg deal too with who wants to expend timeouts and what you want to do here, offense and defense, between the two teams. It looks like it'll run down to the 2-minute warning. Kittle is in a sweatshirt, so he's definitely out. Let's see. Bama had to take the meds and eat. Hadn't eaten until today. Had an egg salad sandwich on Hawaiian bread for Bama. That sounds good, Bama.
The markings are on the board. Kai Hamilton's 88.5 points on that ride just turned in. And let me tell you what, he's got an injured riding hand. He's riding with an off hand.
It was yummy. You toasted the bread or no? Some bread I feel like is so much better when it has a little bit of toasting to it, and probably other breads don't need it. Kai Hamilton, 88.5. The unofficial leader. Yeah, he's not even bluffing that he's going to go back into the game for Kittle. Hopefully not long term. He's a very likable guy. Even if a guy's dislikable, I'm not rooting for him to have long-term injury, but especially Kittle. Like, he just seems like a good dude. sometimes you do today. He had it non-toasted for Bama.
Steps off
Yeah,
on
I
his
remember he showed up to Warrior game a couple of years ago. He had on a Kevon Looney jersey. And it's like, it's hard not to like this guy, even if he's on a rival team.
Wasey is not going to scoff at a second place spot. It's an 85-point ride. It's worth $10,000. Kai Hamilton with a stranglehold on the number one spot right now. 88 and a half.
So they call Wyoming the Cowboy State. I got a cowboy that's second generation, and folks, he is spinning some heads in 2025. Hayden Welsh, let's get ready. 19 years old. His dad, national.
How you feel about the Eagles? You just like the team and the fan base for Mike, for the most part. But everyone, for the most part, seems really cool. You mean, whoops, did you say that out loud? I see what you said, Bama. I did tab over for a second to check something, but
Everybody.
Bama gonna Bama. Shaquan, yeah, he is super likable. Yep. I like Jalen Hurts, too, for what it's worth. Next week, I'm seeing the advertisements for Oregon against Northwestern. Cowboy looking pretty happy with this ride. We'll see how they score him.
Checking our officials. 87 points to the number 2 spot. Very good.
Right, so if I'm the Seahawks, and I'm not, but if I am the Seahawks, I would use my timeouts here against San Francisco, try to get some time for the offense the other way. But we'll see how McDonald plays and what the Niners do. They're back to pass, pretty under pressure, and it's complete. It's going to be interesting to see where they mark this. Receiver was short, and then he kind of scooted along the ground, and the clock is stopped now with 1:55.
They're going to clear the arena to make everything good as Katie Lucas comes back.
Right, so whoever is 88 looks like the backup tight end has done an okay job stepping in for Kittle. Seen him hauling a few. Looks like Kai Hamilton's going to be our winner. Right, so it's 1st and 10 San Fran, and I don't know who used the timeout. They haven't shown either timeout go off the clock yet here. But I'm assuming Seattle's using their timeouts. This is really in the palm of the Niners' hands at the moment. A.J. Brown being vocal about his mental health or what he was going through has all your respect. Yeah, not enough people are outspoken about that type of thing. I have to think Seattle used their timeout there to stop the clock. Niners did a run play to CMC. Niners could get a 1st and goal situation around the 2, depending how this down and distance goes for them. They're saying that Seattle's first time out at 1:49, but I feel like it had to be the second time out. Unless there was something that stopped the clock there, but I don't know why it would have stopped on its own at 1:55. I think the Fox crew's wrong, but I don't have the volume up where I can hear. Definitely not reading the captioning word for word. Also believe he's a baseball fan, even if he didn't go to the MLB, drafted by the Padres, OFC. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize he was a baseball guy. I was out of the loop on that one for A.J. Brown. And that could be our conclusion there with the second run of rodeo riding, bronc riding. Yeah, pretty back to pass, and he gets completion to McCaffrey. It's going to be like 3rd and 2, probably. San Francisco could get a 1st down here and then punch in after bleeding down the clock. Seattle's really going to be SOL. Said that he realized he wasn't going pro when he had a high school game and saw pitchers throw a 95. He said, nope, I'm out. I think those guys with the really tall bodies, too. And, of course, there's some big guys that are masters, like the Aaron Judges and stuff, but probably tough to cover all that strike zone that you have to cover. Similar to MLB The Show. Some guys do it, but I don't know if that's like the ideal height. I think he made the right decision playing some football. Third and 3, Pretty has time to throw. Backpedals, more time. Seattle finally getting some pursuit. Takes a shot for the corner of the end zone, and Woolen got again. The Niners go on top. If there's no flag to negate this, Woolen's going to be the go to this thing. We'll see if Seattle can answer with their own touchdown. They got 134 and a timeout, but Woolen's in front of this ball, and he lets it go past him as he reaches up for it, and the fender catches, the receiver catches it after it goes past Woolen. It's almost like Woolen is selling. I know it's not on purpose, at least I hope not. But if there was one guy on Seattle that was gonna come up in a scandal here, it'd be Woolen. So Niners kicking a point after to try and make it a 4-point game. Block kick or something would be huge here for Seattle. But if that's it, we'll raid out, and I'll be writing some angry words on the Seahawk post game thread on the Reddit. But yeah, Woolen completely cooked on this. Looking for the replay, and here it comes. The point after is good. But I think he's in position. I mean, it is kind of a scramble drill, and I mean, he's got plenty of time to watch the ball. And he like jumps back for the ball, and he takes himself out of the play. He's in front of the intended target. I mean, give the Niner guy credit for catching it, but yeah, Woolen took himself out of that, and Witherspoon and Kobe Bryant both kind of shrugging there. It was on the regather too for the Niners tight end. All right, let me line up the raid for Shawno. Buccaneers victory today. Second player since the 70 merger to score a game-winning touchdown reception under a minute remaining in overtime in their first career game. He joins Ernest Wilford September 12th, 2004. That's pretty awesome. All right, let me see if anybody else is still alive out of our creators. I see Gabs is still alive. I just don't want to wrap up if there's more to come here. All right, I think that was it. So let me raid Shawno, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Appreciate CSN for having us on the rodeo, and appreciate all of you guys hanging out. Parsons first sack with the Packers. Good time for it when they're on top. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon. I am going to be ticked off at this result. Barring a comeback. Go Seahawks. All right, JSN's got it. Come on, Sam Darnold. Appreciate you guys.